Hey Aries, this is Damien with HK Readings Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to do your bonus June 2019 reading. So your last video cut off, so I'm just going to go ahead and run through the cards that I have here. Not really run through the cards, but just run through the story. Okay? So essentially, you have a moment where, well, I will note that we have two judgment cards on the board, and we have justice on the board as well. But you're in a moment where you have wanted to manifest, you've been trying to manifest yourself out of stagnation, okay? There's been a lot of burden that you've been trying to get over with heartbreak, multiple forms of heartbreak, things that have just disheartened and disappointed you for so long, to whereas in the process of you trying to put it to rest, it also kind of left you a little stagnated because you were out of energy, just tired, worn, things like that. But you've been manifesting ways to get back out there, to have fun, to really lighten your heart and your load here. The ability to manifest yourself into a higher and better vibration is what you've been doing. Now, the wonderful thing about that is it has you starting new creative endeavors with all of these sparks that have been ignited within you. So many of you are going to be, writing books. You're going to be branding yourselves. You're going to be branding your products, the products that, you have out there that are looking for expansion. Or again, just new things. I see a lot of people working in the forms of body care and things that are really about self-help and love. So that could be body care. That could be a spiritual teacher. Many of you have podcasts or want to start one, publishing books to write about, your life's experiences and your memoirs. There's a lot of things that you want to do to get out there and connect and to network and to have fun and to really use your creative energies as a way to fully actualize. Because you know that even though this is a love reading, for example, like it's not all about love. So you're focusing on actualizing, and it may be getting a little burdensome to think about where are you going to start first. One of the things that I see within this Ten of Wands energy, but it's okay because you'll begin to, just realize that you got to do one thing at a time here, one thing at a time here. But as you're journeying, along the way, Aries, this is, where we see you're going to have to apply lessons that you've gone through because there is, after the Ten of Wands, we've got the King of Pentacles here. So we get basically to you attracting someone who seems as though they're going to be very sound and secure. And I feel like on some level that they are, but there's a lot of things that, like I say, are coming up as red flags in this reading. I pulled a chakra wisdom for you, and for them, and I got insecurity, and I pulled one for you, and I got mysticism. And the thing about the card of insecurity, like what it's telling me about them, is that not only do they still have a lot of certain preconceived notions about themselves, or conceived notions in general about themselves, that, as they have allowed others to make them feel, but they still have certain attachments and bondages too that you have to be aware of. And this is literally like the red flag in the reading. I want you to pay attention to that. This is all resonating around their heart chakra. So they're coming up as the King of Pentacles. This is someone who wants to probably build with you, promise you security, and really have a type of development that could be very traditional and maybe involve family and things of that sort. But I feel as though they're not being 100% truthful to you. And I can tell you right now that this person cannot 100% give you their heart because, again, it is tied up in other things. But we see that the devil has a hold to it. As it came up for them, we've got the haughtiness card, cheerfulness card, malady card, wife card with size. Basically, yeah, this is a person who's very prideful. They're putting the best foot forward. But what they're hiding from you is essentially third-party energies, third-party situations. Even if they're not actively dealing with someone, they still have attachments to this person that they can't easily get rid of. Like when I see the malady, the wife, and the size here, it lets me know that they may have a child with this person, or they have things that they have created that are equitable, that they can't just instantly or immediately walk away from. So that's going to be very problematic here. But it's okay because, you've learned to see things differently. You've come a long way. And like I said, you're coming up with the card of mysticism, which is most definitely talking about your intuition. This is talking about like how much you're able to trust what you see. There's levels to this shit, like to where, you're already about to have to evolve here. Where you just evolved, you're about to want up again. And I'm going to get to that. But like with this mysticism card, it's like you vibrating in a very high intuitive nature and being able to take things for what they are. Again, these red flags here, and move beyond that, and not have to get involved with it. You don't have to extend passion towards that for any reason, because you see it for what it is. And I feel like what I was saying before your video cut off before is like the last time you one-upped was when you were, when you ascended, is when you were getting out of the situation here with this person, and what you learned was through judgment. What you learned was what you would go through, like the level of what you would go through before you cut it off. Like, I feel like through many of unhealthy relationships, you finally find out when to say enough is enough, to not let it get too far, to not let someone have to get severely hurt, or to, even though the cops may have been called in the past, like not actually have to go to jail and do severe time. Like, whereas before, things got very close to that. And for some of you that may have happened, but it's just like, you were able to walk away over this person walking away from breaking your heart, But now, I think what you're gonna have to learn from this kind of like passive charmer here, who's coming and putting their best foot forward, is I can spot what's going on. Because this is letting me know that you're gonna see. If you're dealing with this person now, you're picking up on it. If this person is soon to come, at some point throughout June, you'll start to see it, and you can't ignore it, okay? But though this person's coming in again as that smooth operator, it's gonna be like you having to see that before you even get involved in that you can say no. You don't have to actually put yourself through it to find out, because there's no one to blame when intuition is telling you what's up. And you also see her back is turned towards this situation. So intuition is telling you to walk away. I know your life is going great, okay? And many other avenues. Again, like the beauty that I really see with Judgment in the Page of Wands here. But this is a test for sure, okay? Now, when we get to this sort of a block here, I basically pulled, we've got the Strength card, the Death card, the Fool card, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. And one thing we talk about when we talk about intuition, for one, you're up and up. Up and up and up and up and up right now. You're up and up. That Death card is telling me that, again, ending another cycle for a new beginning. Because this lesson that was just thrown at you just so soon after, getting out of the situation and then coming to where you see someone who's promising you stability and you potentially have a relationship with, you're having to bypass that and say no, and the universe is going to reward you for that, for having the energy of perseverance and strength to end that cycle of not having to go through it before cutting it off now. Then you can have a new beginning. Whereas the Seven of Swords, again, it's an intuitive card as it applies to some, as it applies to you. Because with these cards, the Seven of Swords is talking about not fully being able to trust someone's motives, their actions, their words, things like that. Something always seems off. And it's like whether they intend to do it or not, you still feel that way. But with the cards here telling me that that's exactly what's happening, that, we know that that's what's going on. And you're able to call it out. And you're able to move past that. And with this new beginning, we have the Ten of Cups here, the Four of Wands, and Justice, clarified by the Queen of Swords for you. And for this person, we've got the Four of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So they're feeling very distraught over this. This isn't something that they're very happy with. You know what I mean? Like, of course. But I think the reason it's coming up in the reading is because you have to remain unbothered by that, okay? Because what you're attracting is true love. With the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands, this is the love you've been waiting for. Nobody said it was going to be the next person that came in, okay? That's just a test. Nobody said it was going to be the next person that came in. They're coming in soon, They're coming in very soon, but I see that, you know, many of you may have a test along the way that you got to dodge to get to this person to have the true fulfillment that you want that really will be everlasting. Like, I feel like this will be like it. And too often you get the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands, and it ain't giving you that fulfillment that you've wanted, tying into the fulfillment that they've wanted. So both people are going to give with the, you know, utmost reciprocity here. But again, you can't worry about how someone's going to feel, how they're going to take it. I know you have a heart. I know you're very sweet and kind, but you're going to have to come into this Queen of Swords energy and really be willing to cut off what isn't going to serve you there for this new beginning. And we've got Sage. Quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate, okay? So really, you know, take the time to get in tune again with the level of yourself that is very aware and very intuitive, so you can decipher who it is for you in your life that needs to be avoided, that's coming in. Until next time, Aries.